Little known fact. 2003, there. I guess. Did you? I don't know what is going on. This Jedi Shaggy.
The world's in a weird spot right now. What's the Shaggy memes? I don't know, but we discovered something beautiful, a gem in the Star Wars universe and how it connects to Shaggy. Please enlighten these people so they are completely aware of what's out there in the Star Wars universe. It's here on the screen.
I mean, behind us. It's just like they actually like stole like Shaggy from Scooby Doo and they called him Shaggy and he looks like him and everything. And he gets stomped by Grievous.
All these memes popping up lately. There's Grievous in that TV show, that actual like Clone Wars TV show back then. He was a monster. It's sad they didn't bring that personality of Grievous into the actual movie. They kind of diminished him, I think, a little bit. But he was a Jedi Slayer, and Shaggy happened to get demolished by Grievous, which is hilarious. And it's just we're coming up all of a sudden with the Shaggy memes.
First things first. Why don't you go into this galactic war right here? And
all right.
We're just going to show how bad the Separatists, but we're going to talk about everything. We're going to talk about
weekly
reworks, everything, just everything. We're going to mostly talk about Separatists. We're going to talk about, Darth Revan Malak. We're going to talk about the buff issues. We're going to talk about Palpatine Command Shuttle. Nobody cares about that.
Wow, what a Jedi killer, man. My Jedi are...
Yes.
These Jedi are getting demolished right now.
So first thing, how thrilled are you about Grievous? I mean, just quickly. I mean, you told me this is why you joined the Game Changers program, right?
This is way back when my channel was really tiny. Like we're talking maybe 100 or 50 subs or something dude. Oh, the Grievous lost against level 71 Jedi. Well, so much for our galactic run race. You were like, you thought this was gonna be not uneventful. You thought he was gonna clear it all. He lost against all these Jedi,
and that was a Gear 12, right? Yeah.
This Gear 12 Grievous with the mods and everything. This is why this character's needed love. That he's complete crap. And as you're kind of starting the conversation, the original reason why I ever joined the Game Changers program is that I'd hope to be able to see a Grievous rework one day. And I remember back then when the communication was bad at the time because the game was just kind of starting off and all this stuff. Every time there was an update in the game, I would go check and see if Grievous ever got a rework. Obviously, it never happened for 3 years. So it's finally cool to see. I mean, it caught all of us guard when the post just came out of the blue the other day. I mean, so it's been a very exciting moment. As a player, I couldn't be happier. I don't know what to look forward to beyond this, except maybe like Dark Side Anakin or something like that in Episode 3 Kenobi. Right. So I'm thrilled, and I'm hoping they make some sort of everlasting impact on the meta and start mixing up the meta a little bit.
And I just want to, I have an official announcement. I just got an official announcement in my headpiece right now. Came in directly from EA Capital
Oh boy, what do we got? What do we got?
You ready?
Oh no. What do you got?
Jedi Luke coming someday.
No way. So you're put on notice now.
Yeah.
You're put on notice.
He's coming. I promise.
Didn't they also say that a couple years ago that Jedi Luke was coming? What happened?
Well, the Road Ahead blog says there's a 5-year plan, which
a 5-year plan.
Pretty invention. To me, what that means is that Commander or Jedi Luke is coming in 4.5 years.
It's coming in 4.5 years. Yeah, that's like because Commander Luke. I think they said this way back when they did a Q&A. They're like Commander Luke kind of. They don't want to release it too soon because they might make people think that the game's coming to an end or something like that.
Right. Well, he's the end all, really.
He's the end all be all. Yeah, because that's kind of what Star Wars is kind of all based all around, obviously at this point. So that's kind of funny.
Jokes aside, I think there is loads of content for this game, and this game has got a lot of good stuff to cover. Let's wrap up talking about the Separatists, though. We talked a little bit about it in your video, but what, as far as ideas and what you think, it looks like we're going to have a good team of Grievous, Droideka, B1, B2 with Magnaguard. Who do you see being the tank? Who do you see being the damage dealer? We talked about it a little bit, but
let's talk about it a bit more.
Go for it. What do you see Grievous? What's the logical thing for Grievous?
So for Grievous, I'm thinking it's got to have a lot of anti-Jedi synergy. I'm hoping they kind of mimic more. I mean, even beyond that Clone Wars TV show, the old one, they tried portraying Grievous as this like menacing anti-Jedi killer. And there's a lot of lore beyond the movies that's canon about like how Jedis were scared to fight him. Because Grievous, one thing about Grievous is that he quickly mimics the fighting styles of his opponents and learns from them, which is one reason why Mace Windu didn't want to fight Grievous, because he briefly fought Grievous. And Grievous is already starting to learn some of these very powerful Jedi art maneuvers that he would do, that Mace Windu would do. So Windu pretty much said, "I'm not going to fight Grievous ever again," because he was worried that he was going to completely learn his whole technique of fighting. So it'd be cool if they found some sort of way where he kind of mimics the strengths of his opponents and then try to use it against them or something of that sort.
Right.
Or,
and I just want him to be Jedi Slayer. I don't.
Yes.
I don't even care if he's meta. As long as he is a hard counter to Revan and Revan teams, I will be satisfied personally.
Yes, we said in the other video that we did, Revan's now 70% of the meta, uncontested for almost 5 months. We're getting to that point. Something happens at this point. Something changed the meta. I've never seen really a meta of recent ages where something is uncontested for 6+ months. Usually every 4 months or so.
Palpatine was out there for a while, but 4
for a
months,
little bit.
Yeah, it's something that's going to change, and I think it's going to change with Grievous. Let's talk about Droideka. What do you see Droideka being?
I'm hoping it's an attacker with high durability, maybe shares. You know how you do that one separatist event where the droid, whatever that droid is called, the shield generator droid, would give like a ton of protection to everyone else.
Floats, yeah.
The one that floats. So kind of maybe like how Bassa does for Jedi. She grants everyone huge amounts of protection at the very beginning. Maybe something of that sort. And as you said in the previous video, Jedi hated droidekas. They're very concerned about them. So make the shield a threat. And maybe you have to take down the shield before you start hurting the actual droid itself. So that's an idea out there. And then B1 battle droid. They kind of alluded to on the forums, they're trying to get it to where you get overwhelmed by the sheer number of battle droids coming at you. So you were saying maybe Night Sister zombie type mechanics, of some sort.
Yeah.
So
someone on Reddit, somebody on my Discord said, "Oh, what do you think it's going to be like a nightmare zombie?" I said, "Sure, why not?" Or a stormtrooper, just something that doesn't die, kind of annoying,
right?
And actually, I gotta say, B2 has always had a good kit, but it's kind of weak and outdated as far as damage output. But it's always been a good kit.
You know, honestly, I don't think this is overpowered at this point, seeing where the game has went. But how would you feel about just like buff immunity that can't be cleansed? Is that too much to ask for?
Higher damage and just higher stats, period, would probably be good enough for me. It's actually a good kit.
It's a good kit. I mean, definitely slightly outdated, but even to this day, like there's teams that are important. You know, a lot of tenacity up teams like Captain Rex teams. It's good to have someone constantly clear the buffs off of Captain Rex and Grand Arena and Territory Wars and whatnot. B2 has always been a character where he's not a true taunting tank, but he's annoying where if you go after other people, he's indirectly getting in your way, that kind of fits the role. So he's kind of in a good spot. A little brush up on the paint. I think he'll be good to go again. So he's probably the easiest to fix.
Always liked that character. Always liked that kit. Magnaguard has always been useless. What do you think? Taunting tank?
So yeah, I've had this guy gear tool for a long time, and he's already a tank right now. The problem with the Magnaguard, his role is to kind of weed out the weak Jedi and the weak opponents, and if you get past the Magnaguards, you're worthy enough to kind of fight Grievous. That's kind of the whole goal around the Magnaguard. So maybe they got to try to develop something where you got to get through the Magnaguard before you get to Grievous, because Grievous is the big dog. He's the Mafia boss. He's level 99 Mafia boss or whatever. So
that's how Mafia works.
That's how Mafia works here. All right. Okay. So I think he's going to be the taunting character, because the bounty hunter, or not the bounty hunters, the separatists need some sort of character that taunts and gets in the way. And right now, the only droid taunt we have right now is L337, and I don't think they're trying to shoot for something thematic here. And L337 is obviously not thematic for that. So I think he's going to be the taunting character. Beyond that, I hope they get just like rework the art, like give him like the actual cape and stuff like that that we see in the movies.
Yeah, so, the animations don't do him justice. They're very ugly. Weird in the game.
Yeah,
he needs a rework of animation. And then let's talk about HK47. Brief mention to Meatbag at the end of the Road Ahead blog. And what are your thoughts for that? Old Republic, Revan, Malik, what?
It's so, I think kind of all of the above, especially so. Right, so we don't know if it's 100% confirmed that we're going to get something related to HK-47, but the post kind of hints that we're gonna come back to him sometime, because right now there's all these questions about what's going on with these older public characters we got to farm. Right now we have 4 of them. Usually for an event you need 5. What's the 5th character we're gonna need? I think HK-47 is gonna be that character down the road for whatever it may be, and it's most logical, it seems, to have HK-47 get Darth Revan, because Revan and HK-47, they kind of have a history with one another. So that would make sense. Maybe they could do an ode to make a D, because right now we have so many droids. Grievous, I think he's going to have the droid synergy and the anti-Jedi stuff and the separatist stuff he's going to need. But maybe with all these droids we have, give us one other good droid leader. Kind of like how we have all these bounty hunter leaders to create 2 bounty hunter teams. Why not have HK-47 be the droid leader for all the other remnant droids that aren't separatists? So you can have 2 droid teams, and that's great for territory wars and grand arena. So I think there's a lot of uses out of HK-47 one day.
Well, because the truth is, the best droid leader right now is Rey.
It's Jedi training Rey with a bunch of droids. Yeah. It's honestly
the best droid team is Rey with the 3 resistance
BB-8
droids.
then IG-88 does pretty well. T3M4. So I think HK-47 could be a very good character to use for a second droid team that uses T3M4, maybe IG-88 and stuff like that. Because BB-8, although you need BB-8 to make a C-grade droid team right now, but you don't want to waste BB on a droid team. You could use it on a Jedi training Rey team. So we need a character or a leader ability that kind of replaces the need for BB-8 in a droid-based lineup. So that might be where
them so fast at the start, though.
And IG-88 has the damage. Imperial Probe Droid has the buff control. So they have the things in place, but we need to take out BB-8 for other teams, and HK-47 be a good second droid leader. So I think that's where we're heading.
And I think we've said this before, but L3 is an amazing character, by the way.
Yeah,
I just want to
she's
put that
annoying.
Out there. L3 is like a legit tank, like legit good. Currently.
And she crosses droids, and she doesn't help the droids as much as scoundrels, but there's, she indirectly gains bonuses from the droids. So we already kind of got a droid team in place, but I think, like, when thinking of Grand Arena and territories, how you want multiple teams, I think people are going to definitely gravitate more using L337 for a scoundrel team with Kira, for example, and Zalabar and Vandor Chewbacca, versus putting in a droid team, because droids, they need some love to have a good. They need to be a B grade team for me wanting to waste L337 on them. That's kind of where I am right now, because she is definitely a pretty decent tank.
Yes. All right, and then 2 last things we're going to talk about quickly. One that affects me drastically is the buff fixes for Revan versus Revan.
Yeah.
Even on the screen right now behind us, you can see we're going up against Jedi, and the buffs are starting to get there. As soon as Yoda spreads it, they're going to be all over the place.
Yeah.
That is a huge quality of life, and they've always done great things with quality of life. And from the screenshot they showed, it looks like it's very logical and very easy to understand.
And it's nice you can turn it on and off too. If you don't like it, let's say you, because one of the problems with what's going on right now, when I'm going up against Revan, I'm not doing a mirror match, and that's already like, not as bad as a mirror match team. Right. But at times it gets so cluttered over there, you're like trying to look, it's like, is there a foresight over there?
Can you see foresight?
I can't tell you. Yeah, and then you waste the turn. It's like, oh crap, they had foresight. So it's definitely a nice little improvement, because I don't really care if they have offense down that much. Like, you can hide that a little bit, or defense down. Yeah, it probably helps the battle a bit, but does it deserve to be the top?
Well, just to be able to toggle it when you need to, because, like, for example, a lot of times I need to be able to, like, on Revan's middle ability, you want to target the Jedi with the highest amount of turn meter, but I can't see through all the buffs. I need to turn my buffs off and see who's got the most turn meter. It's been a real hassle. It's a good thing. And then they're going to allow us to sim the Rancor. I kind of thought they were going to go the Mythic Rancor, but it looks like
I think we're building up to that point. I think we're building
up to Rancor, I'm a big fan.
The benefit of that, if I see it going, like if I happen to be there for the 15-minute window it's open finally, I'll play it, but it's not something I make it a priority to do. What's nice about that is,
if everybody in the guild is going to get the rewards, like first place or something, or random first place, randomized, that's fine, right? Better than it is now, right? Then just
that's the benefit of it.
Yeah,
but it could be leading up to a mythic event of some sort in the future, because now that this kind of acknowledges that Rancor raid, it's outdated, so they might be adding. So this could be just the first layer to something a bit bigger down the road, which is what it'd be nice to see Rancor be a challenge once again, because right now it's a second thought for most people, except new people playing.
All right, and then lastly, before we do the giveaway, Palpatine's Command Shuttle.
So, everyone knows my opinion on ships. I think it kind of aligns with a vast majority of people. I'm surprised that the Emperor of the Galactic Empire isn't going to command some sort of shuttle, like a capital ship, I should say. So the way it's rolling out, it's interesting. It's I'm willing to see how it is. It seems like it's not going to be pay to play, at least at this point. So a free ship would be kind of nice, kind of like how we got Vader for free. So it'd be interesting to see where that leads to. But ships right now, I don't think. It looks like they're starting to add more important ships, something like thematic, because right now you have a bunch of no-name ships except the Millennium Falcons pretty much that are interesting. So they might be taking the advice and just starting loading up iconic ships into the game that pair with iconic characters, because you said one of your biggest problems with this is like you don't want to gear up these no-name characters that you don't care about. No, it's the characters that are the biggest problem.
Yeah, because I remember, in the Millennium Falcon event, it showed all the, the Y bombers, the B wing, and all the A wing, and all that stuff, all those ships that were in the movie. And then, because I remember being back at their headquarters, he goes, "What's your favorite ship?" I was like, "I like the B." He goes, "Well, there's really not a pilot for that," and that is kind of the problem with, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, what if we can just get a ship without a pilot? Wouldn't that be great? And
I think at this point, they can't fix what they did, but maybe it's a slippery slope, because I don't think at this time they can just remove all characters from the ships, because a lot of people purposely farmed characters and geared up characters to use the ships. I think we're past the point where they can just backtrack on that. I don't know if they can even do that moving forward. I don't know. That's one of the biggest problems right now, is that people don't want to gear up Biston and Scarefable Pathfinder to
I'm
use
doing it right now.
I know you're doing it,
more
out of just,
but it's just
you're not enthusiastic about it.
You have to if you want to climb to one.
I'm
easily.
stubborn. I'm not doing it. I'm stubborn. So it's like, I don't want to gear up these characters. I'm saving my 700 Carbantes for whatever the new stuff is coming out. So that's how I am. But the command shuttle would be cool. But I think we need more than just that right now. Yeah,
we need a Death Star raid or some sort of ship event to make me excited about ships, I suppose.
Yeah. The list goes on and on and on. The ships is right now, I think it's the least played content and the least viewed content on YouTube. That's
the views
what
are
I think
atrocious.
The views are horrible.
All right, well, guess what time it is?
Time for the giveaway!
Time for the giveaway!
Ding, 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 ding. What do we got, ladies and gentlemen? Let's see.
Well, as you know, I really hope you like this video today, because
I wonder what it's going to be.
You're in luck. For every single person that likes this video, this is not a scam, by the way. This is not a scam. I promise it's not a scam.
Not a scam.
If the character doesn't show up in your account soon, just wait a little bit longer. And if it doesn't come up, wait longer. But for every person that likes this video, you will be getting for free in your account.
For free!
An 8-star Jedi Shaggy.
This is not a scam.
Freaking way! I've always wanted Jedi Shaggy. Oh my goodness! You've made my day. I'll give you those 3 wacky numbers on the back of my credit card too. Don't you worry.
Yeah, you'll get that. All right. Be sure to head over to Ahnald's channel, where we kind of focus on how terrible the Separatists and
I think they got the gist of it from the beginning of this video too.
Yes, well, not the same, but very different.
Yeah.
But almost the same. But anyways. All right, guys. Thanks for watching and keep on gaming.